So good morning. Good morning. Black Music Month, day 19, which means not only is it day 19 of Black Music Month, but it's also Juneteenth and Father's Day. And I'm probably most excited about this day because it's obviously Juneteenth. Here's to the all black. And it's also Father's Day. And in yesterday's video about International Picnic Day, I did songs by fathers in the music industry, and their children who happen to also be in the music industry. And I did that yesterday simply because today I wanted to focus on music that truly reminds me directly of my fathers, my daddies. I was blessed to not only have my biological father, but I have an amazing bonus dad who filled in the gap and stood in the gap many times for my dad. And, for a long time I was upset about, things I didn't have when my dad wasn't necessarily around, or in some of the parts of my life where my dad and I weren't on the best of terms. But I had to realize that I had so much other love from men, more specifically my bonus dad. And I'm mending and healing and redeveloping the relationship that I have with both of them. My biological father was around when I was born, but some things occurred and he was not around for a few years, and then reacclimated himself to me around 5, and I met my bonus dad about 4. And my bonus dad had a stroke last year, and I had recorded a video of him kind of just explaining how while he was in the hospital, I made it a point to go see him, and he had made a point to tell me, like, he fell in love with me first before he fell in love with my mama.
So when I met you and stuff, I had that same feeling, cause everywhere I would go, I would take you with me, and stuff like that. We was together a lot. I used to thank goodness that I have another daughter, and so forth. So I mean, I'm glad that I take credit for what you and Atisha have done in my life, because when people say he's a decent man and he's a hardworking, that stuff like that, that came from the 2 daughters I had in my life, because I couldn't be no fool. I didn't want your mama come home talking about, yeah, Nate, oh yeah, he's sleeping with this woman in the church and that woman in the church.
Yeah, because there was a lot of that going on. It's still going on.
Because you may not get along with a lot of women, but when kids love you, you get a child to love you. That's the man. That's awesome. Because being in your life and stuff like that, even though with all that went down, I never wanted you to hate me.
I never did. I think there was probably those moments where, like I said, you want your dad and your mom to be together. Like, who is these people? But it's funny because I joke about this. When I talk to people about you, I don't call you my stepdad. I call you my bonus dad. Say, I was fortunate to have a bonus mom. My dad was married to Phyllis. And I'm like, I had 2 homes. I literally had 2 homes with that word love. That was a reassuring thing to know that he loved me as a father and wanted to better his life, to provide for me and support and show up for me and my mom because I was around. And to that point, I'm going to play some songs. Now, current day, both of those men are deacons, and today being that it's Sunday, my bonus dad, he played this song like nobody's business. He loved commissioned. How can you forgive me when I've often gone astray? How can you think of me when I do things my way, turning my back on you, the one who loved me first? And while this song is a religious song, I've said this before in private settings, that unconditional love is reserved for children.
And I feel like my parents, despite all of the bad things that I've done, despite all the bad things that I've said, they have loved me despite. And so this song is more so religious, very much a gospel song that talks about running back to God, after, turning your back on God. And while I'm not saying that these fathers replace God, but there's obviously those commandments about honoring your parents and to just know that they were always there. Running back to you, I see you're standing there for me. Your arms are open wide, and I don't have to cry no more. You're standing there for me, and I am running back to you. Even though I am no good, oh my own. You told me, give me, and I turned it away. So much now, I don't know what to say. I'm just a man. Just a man. You can let and hold your nail scarred hands can see. No, I'm free. So, this next song, my dad, my biological daddy, that man loves him some Sade. And this song came out in 2000. Actually came out in 2001. No, the track came out in 2000. The album, I believe. Whatever. So this song just reminds me of my dad, because to know that like wherever I go, he's by my side. I'm his only biological child, so him and I have a very interesting relationship. He's an Army vet, so he's very militant and was very militant growing up, and we used to butt heads a lot about that because I'm wild, free, and he was very regimented. And it's funny because in my adult life, I am now very regimented, and I talk about it often, like, dang it, Dad, I got that from you. So here is By Your Side by Sade. And just the lyrics, I'm only into the beginning because I don't want to cry, because the song really does. This will probably be the song that I dance with my dad to when I get married. You think I'll leave your side, baby? You know me better than that. Think I'll leave you down when you're down on your knees. I wouldn't do that. I'll tell you you're right when you want. When you're lost, when you're alone, you can't get back again. That's why I don't even want to sing. I just want to, like, I gotta hear these words. You'll be fine. You think I'll leave your side, baby? Okay, I can't keep playing this because I'm gonna cry. So, I'm gonna go to the next song. Growing up, I thought my dad looked like Tupac. He had a bald head. He wasn't tattooed. My dad does not have any tattoos. I swear that man looked like Tupac. And he played a lot of Tupac. Like, I grew up listening to Too Short, Tupac, all the West Coast rappers. Probably shouldn't have been listening to it. My dad was in the caddy, in that yellow caddy, busting it down these streets. And I was in the passenger seat like, who is this man? Who? Like, my mom was very professional, very demure, very put together. And my dad was damn near a no-limit soldier. So Tupac, this particular song about Tupac is not a common song, but this is my favorite song from Tupac. But again, my dad, I think he looks like him. So I'm just going to play a little snippet of it. Bitch, me rolling my phone a beans. I'm gonna look for these niggas and we need to be friends. Nigga prices in my head. I'm gonna say too much. My daddy's about that life. He again Army vet. You know, that man can handle his own. And if I ever felt like I needed to be protected, it's why I don't call him, because he don't play about me. Neither one of them do. What's say? Picture me rolling. Hey, 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 hey. Okay. So, this next one. So I mentioned how my dad had the caddy, 8 tracks, 8 albums that he could put in, and he used to make the playlist, right? I can't listen to Freddie Jackson without thinking about my dad. Right? And this particular song, I vividly remember being played on like road trips to family reunions and road trips to wherever with him. Freddie. Come on and rock me. Rock me. No stress. Do you have a little time to spend with me? Oh, I got myself together, and I know just what I want. And right now, I know that it's you. You rock me tonight for old time's sake. Come on, Freddie, talk to him. Roll with me tonight for old time's sake. And my dad was a ladies' man, okay? My dad told me one year my grandmother let him have, and he was in high school at this point, my grandmother let him have a party, a red light district party with 14 girls on Valentine's Day. It was just him and 14 women. My daddy was that nigga. really was that nigga. Like seriously, he was that nigga. Yeah. So anytime that he would play certain songs, like with whatever, woman he was dealing with during my lifetime, for the most part, he was with my bonus mom. But the man is on wife number 4. That's all I got to say. No shade, no tea. I love his wife. I respect his wife. But I would see him like be in love and find happiness and joy with that lover at the time. And I think, I joke about this, about him being on wife number 4, but I think there's something to be said about recognizing that sometimes one lover isn't expected to, or isn't there to be there forever. Sometimes the people, the loves that we have are there to teach us lessons and to watch us evolve and everything. So I'm conflicted with playing this next song because I talk about my bonus mom. And granted, it's not Mother's Day, but my dad's second wife is the only person personally that I recognize and I revere as my stepmom or bonus mom, being that she was there during my childhood, and her being in his life allowed my reintroduction to him to be much easier. I tell her this, I've said this on Facebook many times, that like, had she not been there, I probably wouldn't have gotten along with my dad too much, because we are so different. Him being very militant, very stern, very by the book, very yes ma'am, no ma'am, and I'm just, again, a very much wild child. Like, I don't wear bras. I can sometimes be very boisterous. I am a pansexual. Like, I am not probably anything that my dad envisioned for me. And I said all that to say, this song is the song that they got married to. Or I remember them playing, but it's by Mr. Kelly. And y'all know. But I'm conflicted with playing it because I grew up on Mr. Kelly. And this song, when I play it, I transcend back to that childlike, happy to see my dad in love. So I'm going to play it. I'm going to listen to it. I'm not happy about the artist and all the choices that he's made and the things that he's done to women, but I'm going to play this song. Whew, okay. All right. I better not get upset listening to this. Also, he is a father too, so I guess I can give him reverence to that. Hopefully he's never harmed his actual children. Hopefully he's never harmed his actual children, but this song is, Chocolate Factory was an amazing album. And despite his terrible choices and his terrible actions, this song is amazing. So I'm gonna start it over. So let me go ahead and get it going. We are gathered here to join each other hand in hand. No more playing house, no. I wanna make it real. Do you understand? To have it to hold. Until death do us part. No one could ever interrupt the beats of our hearts. This is gonna last. Although it didn't last forever, but I still love the song. ceremony. You can just say, all you gotta do is say you love me. Say that you love me. And we will walk down the aisle. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but you cannot deny the artistry and the lyrical genius that is behind this. Now, he might have been talking about underage children, and I'm not making light of that. That is terrible. But I haven't listened to R. Kelly in like so long, unless it was in passing. So to hear this song, it literally is transcending me back to how excited I was being in the wedding, being at the wedding. Like, that's the only wedding of my dad's that I attended. His other wives, one was prior to my birth, and the other ones were like, that was a private moment for them. Like, this wedding was the wedding. And I love my bonus mom. Like, love her to death today, to this day. Everywhere. Can't compare. Girl, you got the kind of love that makes a man like me wanna settle down. A picket fence and a house. This is gonna last forever. And I'm down on my knees. What's it gonna be? 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 I can't believe I'm listening to this. Yeah, baby. You'll be my lady. Hand in hand, side by side. I will be a perfect groom. You're the perfect wife. Oh, bride. Marry me. Oh, well. Think about it, baby. You and me will be together, girl. Rain, sleet, snow, no matter what the weather. Think about it, baby. Think about it, girl. We'll be making love for eternity. Raise a family. Marry me, 'cause I love you, baby. Oh, no, can I? Marry me. Can you imagine a man begging you to marry you? Like, what? Like, you love little old me? And not the men who are controlling and possessive, but the man who's like so in love, so enamored by you that he feels like you are all he needs to get by. Not codependency, but co-regulation, which are two different things. They are two very different things. So yeah, I'm gonna end this song. Now this last one. It reminds me, I'm gonna go back to my bonus dad, and I'm gonna end on this one. My bonus dad, and my mom got married when I was 7, 6. They got married when I was 6 years old, and I remember being in the wedding. I was the flower girl, and they got divorced by the time I was 11 years old. But my bonus dad has constantly been there. He was at my 8th grade graduation, which was obviously long after the divorce. And he's always shown up, and him and my mom have a better friendship than they did a relationship. But this song reminds me of him because I feel like I used to remember hearing him play this when he would fuck up. or when he was trying to get through to my mom being a Cancer, she wasn't a typical Cancer. Most Cancers are super emotional, but she can be very cold, and that's just because of her own trauma and life experiences that has warranted her to just be so, like, to keep things in, right? And not being able to fall apart. And I actually used to find that was like how I would go through life, and I made a conscious choice in the past months to truly seek the help that I needed to come undone, which was hard. It's still hard. I'm still going through it. And to truly feel vulnerable. And I said that to say this song he'd play, and yeah, so I'm just gonna play it. I never, guess I never told you. No, 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 no. Ooh, hey, I will. I'm gonna stay, and I'm gonna settle down. But I know, baby, I know I never meant to hurt my friend. Tell me if you are willing to hang on. 'Cause when you cry, I cry. Your pain, girl, I know. What do you feel inside? 'Cause I feel it every time I close my eyes. Please don't ever think about leaving me, no, babe. I'm not the man that I used to be. I'm not gonna be for you, my baby. So don't ever worry. No, no, no. So girl, I'm gonna let you know the same. When you cry, I cry your tears. So girl, please just stay by my side. Girl, I know what you feel inside. 'Cause I feel it every time I close my eyes. I was wrong to make you cry that way. In my heart, true love said, how can I hurt you when I can't imagine my life without you? When you cry, I cry. You know I feel the way, baby. No matter what you're going through, I'm still in love with you, baby. Hey, on my shoulder, if you want me, babe. It's alright. Come on, cry, baby. I understand, yes I do. You cry, cry, I do. I cry, baby. I cry, yeah. I know what you feel inside. Yeah, it's every time I close my eyes. You cry, I cry. So, yeah, that is the song. That is the music. That is the love that I return to. And these are the songs that remind me of those amazing men that I have had the pleasure, had the pleasure to be under their tutelage and sit at their feet and learn from them. You know, I love those men, and I love that they love me. And I love that they love me despite. And they have showed me what true unconditional love means. So, with that, have a blessed rest of the month. Tomorrow I go on a vacation with a lovely gentleman who trying to be a daddy. Celebrating his birthday and his family. So I don't know, dads. Y'all might be walking me down the aisle soon.